Hello, hello, hello. How's all my people out there? Hope everybody's having a good day. So, today I wanted to dive into having a good support system. So, having a good support system can mean many different things, but I'm going to just speak about my experiences with having a support system. So, you can either be that support or you can have someone that can be very supportive for you. For myself, I can say that I try to be that support system in many situations, like as a good friend, as a family member, my relationships, even like coworkers. Like if you don't have like a good like working like support system, that can make a big difference in your day, even at work. Um, I want to talk about friends, being a good friend. Um, I know, like for me, I have a hard time trying to, um, be a burden or talk about things, because I don't like to like lay my problems all on the table or something like that. But I know for me, it feels better when I do talk about them, and um, sometimes people are willing to listen and like, you know, lift your spirit sometimes. Um, I pride myself in being that support for like, good friends with people that mean a lot to me in my life because you never really know what someone is going through. And just by you being there, being that listening ear or showing up when they need you to show up, or, helping out when someone could really use a hand, you know, like these are the things that could really make a difference. So having a good support system like can really like change people's lives, like literally. I really get affected when I hear like someone say, "Oh my God, I don't have nobody to be there for me," or "I don't like have no support." Everybody needs that some person, that somebody, you know, that someone that's gonna be there for them, even if it's just to have a listening ear. Or sometimes people just need a shoulder to cry on or something. Or they could be really having like a hard day or something could be really, really um, pressing on them that they just need support, to really like help them get through whatever they're going through. Um, so now I know that like I talked about support, but I think a real important part of being having a good support system really resonates with having a supportive spouse. So there's like so many things that I can say about um, how me and my husband like really like have each other's back, and it really like makes me feel like I have that person to lean on, especially when I could be like going through things, and I know like I could have like a hard day at work, and just being able to talk to him and vent about it like means a lot. Um, when it's like something like really pressing, it's good to know that I have that supportive husband. Um, Me and my husband talk about that a lot about how we like appreciate each other and how we are glad that God placed each other in each other's lives because we always say that you're my person and um, I feel like you were created just for me. So, honey, did you have anything you wanted to add about having support, being a supportive spouse, or um, how you feel about having a support system?
Why, certainly. Hello.
So how do you feel about having a support system? Like, is there anything that like really like resonates with you, or um, you can really like talk about as far as like we'll talk about our marriage and our relationship.
Um, I think we're a pretty good support system for each other. We've both been through some life changing situations, and um, we've both been there for each other. I think the most important thing is understanding that um, what each other are dealing with is important. And what I mean by important is like you may be feeling a certain way about a certain thing, and I may not really understand what you're going through, but as a supportive spouse, I'm going to be there for you and try to, help and really helps me to understand what you're dealing with because I may not, my view may not be the same as yours, but just to be there and just lend a helping ear, a lot of times that's supportive. So that can be your support system there. But to turn a blind eye, I think that's not good support. Um, but I mean we've been through some situations and we've been there for each other, and it mentally, if you don't have a support system mentally, it can drive you cuckoo for cocoa puffs.
Yeah.
It really can. I mean, you know, I know with the passing of my both of my parents, within 2 years of each other, that was really devastating for me, especially my mom. And I think that if I didn't have you um, as my support system, I don't know. I think it just affected me in a way that I never dreamed possible. So to have you there, meant a lot. You know what I mean? Even some health issues um, that really, um, spoke volumes for me with some, with the health issue that I'm dealing with. And I know that if I didn't have you and the kids really, between the grandchildren and our children as a support system and just family, you know what I mean? Because you know a lot of times um, people think that it's an isolated incident or situation, and if they can't handle it, I mean, let's just keep it real. People end up committing suicide and wanting to harm themselves, and because they don't know that they have an outlet. They don't realize that they have friends and family that are that would be supportive, but if you shut down, you don't know. So reach out to family members and let them know that hey, look, I'm here if you need me. Because a lot of people are going through things, and especially now, you know, um, the pandemic was a perfect example to me. Like, people were isolated. If you didn't have a significant other, you sitting in the house by yourself, looking at the walls, looking at the same TV programs, and just, that can drive you nuts.
Yeah.
So not being able to go out, socialize. So, reach out to family members and friends and like, hey, look, I just called to see how you were doing. Because you never know that one time that you reach out to somebody and say, hey, look, I'm here. to lend a helping ear or shoulder, that might be the time that they need you the most.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, so that's all I wanted to touch on is like having a good support system. Everybody needs somebody needs that
See,
person
look,
or that needs that support
there you go.
or that shoulder to lean
I'm
on.
leaning on it right now.
So,
Okay.
so this was just basically to say, like reach out to a loved one, or even if you're like dealing with something yourself, talk to someone that you feel comfortable in talking to, because you never know that it could really like change a lot of things for you, or even that person that really might
There you
need
go.
you.
It is.
So.